Parallel Universe of Self by Frederick Dodson. Some books feels like they are gonna change your life, but then they don't. And others feel like they are commonplace enough when you first read them, but then in hindsight you realize that you've been thinking about that book almost every day for years. In this video series, we're gonna look back at the books we read and see what kind of lasting value they have. In this video, I'm going to talk about Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick Dodson. I'm going to talk about what kind of lasting value this book have had on me, how I've implemented the book. More specifically, I'm going to talk about the idea of an intention list and also the idea of living life as if it was composed of a series of movie scenes. Let's go. Hi and welcome to the BookLab. I'm Björn, and this is the place where we bring you the best book recommendations when it comes to philosophy, psychology, human nature and human potential every week, so make sure to subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel, then back me on Patreon and get exclusive content. Parallel Universes of Self was one of my favorite books last year, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say that because it's not a literary masterpiece. It's quite repetitive and it's very much out there and weird. You can call it pseudoscience and wishful thinking, and you wouldn't be wrong. But I freaking love this book, and I read it 4 times already, and I gotten so much value out of this book. This book is about reality creation and manifestation, basically. The idea is that you can have whatever reality you want as long as you use your focus and attention in the proper manner. What usually keeps people back is limited belief and contradictory intentions. And I think you can agree with me when I say that very little in this world can withstand persistent human effort. Your attitude changes your reality and you get more of what you focus on. A big topic in Parallel Universes of Self is the importance of setting clear intentions. Who do I want to be in this moment? What do I want to get out of the conversation that I'm going to have with a friend in 5 minutes? Sometimes we don't focus properly. When we're at work, we think about our family, and when we're with our family, we think about work. Many of you might recognize this. Frederick Dodson, he provides a great technique for setting clear intentions, and the metaphor he uses is to look at your day as a series of scenes in a movie. And just like an actor, when you go into the scene, you need to know your intention, who you want to be, what kind of energy you want to bring to that situation. In everyday life, there's a lot of transition periods throughout the regular day. You go onto your commute, you go to work, all of that, and that's perfect for setting those intentions. Throughout the day, I take on a lot of different roles. I know in the morning when I go onto the commute, I become BookLab Björn. I write, I edit, I create content, right? But then I get into the elevator to work. I put on my other cap, my Björn, as the game developer, where I focus on making a great game and making decisions so that me and the team can go through the production of the game without losing our health or burnout. And when the day is gone and I get close to daycare, I become Björn, the father, and my focus is on being present and attuned and nurturing to my kids. And when I put them to sleep, I become Björn, the husband, and I want to be there for my wife, right? So all these transition periods are great opportunities to just step back, focus your intention on what kind of scene do you want to play out. How do you want this evening to be? How do you want the time you spend with your kids to be? It's been really helpful for me to set clear intention throughout the day and not be all over the place mentally. And now let's talk about some magic, the intention list. The intention list is designed to help you focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. And it's a way to blur kind of the line between what you perceive as realistic and unrealistic. It's basically a list written as it had already happened. And it can be both small things and really big things. I write this list at night before I go to bed. And an example of such a list could be, my daughter got the opportunity to pet a dog. I received a large sum of money, surprisingly. I met someone very interesting. Taking the kids to school was really easy today. Me and my son had a bonding experience. My stats on YouTube are skyrocketing. I was contacted by a being from another planet. The electronic bill was less than expected. I got 10 new clients this week. I got a phone call from an old friend. Someone reached out to me about a business opportunity. These are just examples of what it might be. And for me, it's been really helpful because I'm doing this at the same time as I write in my journal, and I went back and looking at the old intentions list, and it's surprising how many of the things that I've added there that's actually happened. And I don't know why that is, but I think it is because you focus your attention on those things that you want, and you become more alert to when those opportunities show themselves. It's surprising how many things came to fruition just thanks to this exercise. I really recommend you reading Parallel Universes of Self. This book has been of tremendous value for me. So check out my full review of this book. I have a link of that in the description below. And let me know if you like these kind of videos. I could make more of them. The theme is to look at the books we read a while ago and look at what kind of lasting value I got from those books and what I still remember and what kind of techniques that I've implemented and how it paid off. I think that's an interesting concept. Let me know if you want more of this, and I would gladly put out more. Next week I'm back with another review. It's of the psychology of intelligence analysis. I have tons of great takeaways from this classic. And if you want to get more insights into the future of BookLab, then go into my Patreon and check out the roadmap. See you next week with more book reviews, and until then, Björn out.